Hello friends, I'm Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? I hope you're doing well. I hope everything is great. Before I get into it, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who reached out to me based on yesterday's show. I had quite a few behind the scenes messages showing support or telling me similar stories or thanking me for being open and honest and not talking around the subject and just getting to it. I really appreciate it. I did not film yesterday's episode with the intent of making anybody feel bad for me or making anybody feel bad in general. In fact, when I turned the camera on, I had a message. I had a thought. There was a loose chain of I guess stories or ideologies that I wanted to share through that episode, but the more I talked and the more I got choked up, I ended up talking in this weird circle and never really came back to the points that I intended to make, and so I just cut it. Like, I'm done. I'm gonna cut this. I'm gonna post it. I haven't even rewatched it, and I don't really remember everything that I said. So, you know, there's a place for just being genuine on this platform, and yesterday was one of those days, and that's kind of what I want to talk about today. I avoided this subject because every time I mention something that somebody else has done on YouTube, I just get a bunch of people saying, "Oh, you're just trying to get views or whatever," and you know, no crap. I'm trying to get views, right? Like, let's not sugarcoat this. If I wasn't trying to get views, I woun't be recording myself every day and putting it on the internet. Like, that's the entire point, is so that people will watch it. I'm not doing this as a personal diary. If I wanted to do that, all these videos would be private. This is a public expose. This is a weird little thing that I've put together over the past year that has turned into something completely different from what I intended it to be, and it's a conversation that I get to have with you every day. And yes, I upload these videos for views. But when I talk about things that have spoken to me that other YouTubers have covered, does not mean that I'm doing that because I want clicks. All right, I don't want clicks. Clicks don't do anything for me. Clicks give me like an insanely small fraction of a cent. That means nothing to me. Actual engaging conversation means the world to me. So, to get on with this subject, PewDiePie put up a video. I will link it here. It'll be here. I'm sorry. It'll be up there. He put up a video about basically being fakely positive, or being, I don't want to say false positive, that's like a pregnancy test. being not genuine. That's what I want to say. He put up a video about how YouTube is a platform where people pretend to be happy all the time, and specifically, you know, daily vloggers and people who post daily content. Now, I post daily content, and yesterday is evidence that I don't say that I'm happy all the time, because I'm not, and you guys know that. I think over the last year I've shared with you when I'm having really bad days, but at the same time I have also hidden, you know, quite a few things. This is a curated show. I'm not going to sit down here and go, "Oh, well, today sucked because I did this," and because nobody's going to watch that, right? Like, that's not the point of it. The point of it is to have good conversation. You know, there was a week after Christmas when my back was hurting so bad that it was excruciatingly painful to sit on this stool and talk to you. But I did it. I smiled, and let's do this. And is that not being genuine? No, that's just me wanting to have the conversation. But PewDiePie's message was simply that this portrayal of always being happy can be somewhat damaging, especially to young, impressionable people who who compare their lives through the lens of people who are chronically happy, we'll call it. And there's been a significant number of studies about the effect of that on people's psyche, the effect of social media, the effect of, if you spend enough time on social media and you see all of these people constantly happy and going on trips and doing all this awesome stuff, It makes your life feel small and insignificant, or you feel like a failure. And what you don't recognize is that these people who seem to be constantly doing this aren't. It's this group of people who collectively are doing all these things and having all this fun. And the fact that there is, a real world on the other side of this camera. There is a day job. There is a family. There are dogs. There is a house that I own and cars that I have to maintain. There's a whole lot going on the other side of that camera. And for a daily vlogger, they try to put together a positive message every day intentionally. It's a curated show, the same as this is, the same as our conversation is. It's not about there's a need for the separation of fact and fiction. And I don't want to say that daily vloggers are fiction, but the show is. Like, what they portray on YouTube is fiction. It is a curated set of points throughout a day that makes this person look like something they're not. All right, it's just editing. It's the magic of editing that can make a character, can make a person, can make an event seem like it's something it isn't. And that's okay to me. It's okay to me that there's something that I can go to every day and feel a little bit better. And your comments from yesterday, especially the behind-the-scenes comments, really drove home that what I'm doing here, whatever the hell this is, whatever this conversation is that we have every day, when I come out and tell you stories like yesterday's story, my grandfather killing himself, how messed up in the head I was, people connect with that and go, God, that it's so wonderful to hear somebody talk openly about that. I grew up in a household that we didn't talk about feelings. My father doesn't talk about feelings. My father has never once in my life told me he loved me. That's okay. That's just how he was raised. We don't have feelings, right? And so we're not supposed to talk about them. And that's bullshit for anybody. And it's not just because I'm male and males don't talk about feelings. Females don't talk about feelings too. They talk about their fake feelings that they pretend to have, but they don't talk about their real feelings. And that's the same with males. We put on this stoic face and pretend like we're not having emotions, but that's just a facade. It's just shit. And to hide that is doing yourself a serious disservice, but also doing everybody around you a disservice, because they're playing to who they think you are, not who you actually are. And so on this show, I've tried really hard to let you into a very deep part of my life. I don't hide the suffering. I don't hide the pain, because while I could sit here every day and tell you how shitty my day was, and you would just immediately stop watching every single episode, there's no point in that. So I have a good conversation, try to have a good conversation, even when my day's shitty. And when my days are introspective, that's when I like to share with you, like yesterday. Yesterday was very introspective. I'm not going to come here every day and tell you that life sucks. I don't think that's what PewDiePie was suggesting. Since he put out that video, some of my other favorite YouTubers have covered it. Casey Neistat covered it. Boogie298 covered it yesterday or today. Philip DeFranco covered it. And a lot of them talked about that, their personal feelings. And that's why I'm here, I think, to talk about personal stuff. I don't know for sure. I think I'm still trying to figure out why I'm doing this. It's been nearly a full year of recording episodes every day, and I think I'm still trying to figure out what the point is. Maybe there'll never be one, and maybe that's the charm of the whole thing, is that it's just scattershot. We just, I turn the camera on and we have this conversation, and then it's like, oh, I don't know if that meant anything to anybody or not. In the past probably 3 months, you guys have been unbelievably amazing about leaving comments and telling me what you think about the show, or what you think about the topic, or what you think about my shirt or my hair or my beard or whatever the hell it might be. And so I know I'm reaching somebody about something, but I don't. And I know that some of you watch every single day and you latch on to the consistency. Maybe not necessarily latching on to the particular topic of discussion that day, or whatever it is I'm showing you. You latch onto the consistency of this thing, and we share some sort of bond through that. And I don't know that I have a point to this other than to say that I think there is definitely a space on YouTube for people to be genuine, to not candy coat or gloss over their lives and make themselves look like shiny, happy people, when in reality there's a lot of terrible things going on behind the camera. It's okay to just show people the bad stuff. Not all the time. I'm not going to do that to you. I'm not gonna have a doom and gloom show. It's not why we're here. So I hope that this means something to somebody. I hope this show means something to you. I would love to continue doing this, and it's through your encouragement that I keep it up. So thank you for that. Thank you for all the positive messages, all the thoughts and concerns and everything. I am great. I want you to know that. I really, really am. Even in spite of deeply introspective days like yesterday, I'm great. I'm having a blast doing this, so thank you for showing up. Thank you for watching this Incoherent Rambling 2 days in a row. Thank you for being a part of this lovely little experiment, and thanks for checking back and sharing the show and commenting and liking and subscribing and all those things that you do that make me smile. I'll see you tomorrow.
Hey, Doc, wait! I want to ask you something.
Today's random fact comes from universetoday.com. How many seconds does it take the light to travel from the sun to the earth? I think it's like 8 minutes, right? 500 seconds, or 8 minutes and 20 seconds. This is an average number, remember? The earth follows an elliptical, not a spherical, orbit around the sun, ranging from 147 million to 157 million kilometers. At its closest point, sunlight only takes 490 seconds. Oh, so 10 extra seconds. 10 less seconds. 10, yeah, you know what I mean.